Well, this Supreme Court judgment is a big step forward in ensuring transparency of political funding and particularly electoral funding. And that transparency should have been never violated in the first place. The SBI having restored to make all this information public, they have asked or directed the State Bank of India, rejecting the State Bank of India's plea to extend the date till the 30th of June, and that is after the elections are over, so that this exposure will not be made public. And they have directed the SBI to furnish all information to the Election Commission by tomorrow, and they have directed the Election Commission to put it up on their website for public knowledge by 5 p.m. on March 15th. This, we think, is a very big step forward in the direction of ensuring transparency, and is very good for the health of Indian democracy and Indian electoral process. And this is also important to ensure or establish what the Supreme Court in its earlier judgment has said, that there are possibilities of a quid pro quo between receiving these funds and giving something in return to those who have contributed through the electoral bonds. That is the deal making that is done, and that is what we call the legalization of political corruption. Electoral bond scheme introduced by the Modi government was an instrument for legalization of political corruption, and that has now been put to an end to, which is very good positive contribution to enhancing the process of transparency and the health of Indian democracy.
Sir, do you believe that all details will come out through this procedure? Some experts saying that if the SBI submitted these details, after also we can't identify which person is got the bond and which party has taken that money. Do you have any?
Well, that is what this when Supreme Court said that the SBI maintains those records. The SBI was earlier, not SBI, EC was told earlier that they are there in a sealed envelope. Who has bought these bonds? And who has received these bonds from whom? So that is all that is required to show what is this deal making. So this information will come. If there are more details, welcome. Let them come subsequently. But right now the scheme has been scrapped, and this information comes out, and which will only confirm the fact that parties like ours who have been saying this is legalization of political corruption, and it confirms that that was true. And that is why our writ petition, our contempt petition, which the party had filed, the CPM had filed, that has not been considered along with the other contempt petition, because the new deadlines have been imposed by the Supreme Court. If the new deadlines are not met by the SBI, I am sure that our contempt petition will also be considered by the court subsequently.
When the election is nearing, what do you hope? What do you think? What's the impact of this judgment?
Impact will be very good for us, the India Alliance, and for the opposition, in the sense that it only confirms that the corrupt methods through which legally they had amassed funds in the name of these, through these electoral bonds, are what is being used for deal making, giving deals to the favorite corporates, as well as to browbeat the opposition, indulge in mega horse trading, and ensure that the democratic verdict of the people is negated, that those parties who have lost elections will end up forming the government. All this was done through such funding, and all this will stand clearly exposed. Till now, it was our opinion, but now it will be a fact.
Thank you. Can you give a reaction about the candidates of Trinamool Congress in Bengal?
Trinamool Congress announced the 42 seats in West Bengal.
Well, every political party has the right to take their decision.
But
So the Trinamool Congress, if they have announced, it's a very clear indication that the rest of the parties in the India bloc we'll have to sit together and decide how to proceed in fighting these elections in Bengal.
So what about
And our line has always been very clear that we are asking all secular forces in Bengal to come together in order to defeat the BJP and defeat the Trinamool Congress, which actually has taken such unilateral decisions. So our appeal, CPM's, has always been defeat BJP and defeat Trinamool Congress in order to save democracy in India and in Bengal.
Comrade, how hopeful are you really after all these happenings? Latest TMC's move.
We are in politics because we are hopeful. That is why, what do we are always hopeful to win.